Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Just want to start briefly on the daily chart, even though not much happened here and I only covered in the last video, but I've now simplified the 1 hour chart, which had become quite messy. So it basically now represents on the 1 hour chart as well, everything that you see here with a little bit more detail though. So just a reminder that at any point here, the pullback in wave 2 in blue or wave 4 in white could unfold, even though I have to say, white wave 4 is actually not ready yet. So if we now see a deeper pullback, I would say we are either in wave 2 in blue or in a still unfolding direct move up to the upside, and we have not completed waves 1 or 3 yet. At the moment, it doesn't matter whether we are in wave 3 in white or wave 1 in blue. But I can tell you that we are not ready yet for wave 4 in white. I will explain further on the 1 hour chart what my latest viewpoint is. So I've got, but I will, because here you have the bird's eye view basically, I will give you an idea of what my perspective is. So we will have, I would still like to see actually one more direct push higher to either complete wave 5 of 1 in blue or wave C of 3 in white. I cannot rule out that we form a little bit of a deeper pullback and still can rally higher, right? I've now highlighted this potential on the 1 hour time frame, which I will explain, because the blue count, yeah, is a 5-wave pattern. It's a diagonal, and in the 5th wave, if we now break below certain support levels, it becomes more likely that this here is just an A, B, C. So it might look like a deeper pullback, and it might look like we are starting wave 2, but it could simply be a B wave of a still unfolding wave 5 of 1. I hope that is somewhat clear, so I will explain that further now on the smaller time frame. This is the smaller time frame chart. All you can see here is, well, you still see here the pattern in the white scenario that we're tracking. Okay, so let me just, don't want to get confused here. No, in the white count, the idea is a C wave of a 3rd wave is unfolding. And in the white count, we are tracking a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a 4, and a 5. Now, in the 3rd wave in white, we shouldn't see the price break below 64,780. Well, if it does, then we are either in wave 2 in blue already, or, and that's what is so difficult about this structure to track, we are only in a B wave of a still unfolding wave 5 of 1. And it might seem confusing maybe, but my thought process is that the move to the upside, it does still look somewhat incomplete. So I'm looking for possibilities for wave counts that still allow for higher prices, for maybe one more high, even if we break the upper support area. I hope that makes sense. And the blue count would be one of those possibilities, essentially. You know, it depends a little bit on how the structure develops should we break below upper support. The reason I bring that up is we have not yet seen any reaction to yesterday's low, even though we haven't broken support or anything, but it is still, you know, again, there is no confirmation of a low in place, and it looks a bit like a 5-wave move down here. So for me, it's quite simple. As long as we're holding that support area, I'm looking for a direct move up. If we break below 64,780, or actually already here below 65,650, it will become more likely that we are in the blue wave B, which I will track first before I assume that wave 1 is already finished. Wave 1 in blue could be finished, but it looks incomplete to the upside to a degree. So I would prefer actually still one more high, even if we break upper support. But overall, this is just for anybody who's a wave nerd like me. It is not so important, the microstructures and everything, but if you want to stay up to date, obviously, you know, I still communicate that here in the videos, but I also publish updates on Discord regularly for our gold members about the latest microstructure changes. What really matters now, and if anybody is interested rather in the bigger picture, what really matters, this should be interesting for you. What really matters is this support area between 53K and 61K pretty much, yeah? And if this is wave 2 in blue, which is unfolding at some point, we should probably hit the middle of it, you know, sort of 58 to 56K. This is the key support area, which distinguishes between bullish momentum and bearish momentum. The microstructures are often just noise. They help us to understand, some micro support levels and so on. But what really matters for the ongoing, let's say, bull market is that 53K level. Now, while a break below 53K will not be bearish necessarily, it would certainly open the door to a more bearish interpretation and would mean that most likely the wave 4 did not finish in August. So this is something to observe, but this is the main support for me. The further away we are from that level, the higher the risk. The closer we get, the better the reward to risk for a long trade. So that's just a quick update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.